Hello, this is Laura from Seed Yoga Therapy. So I'm currently in the process of sharing a series of videos on the 4 pillars of yoga therapy, which is the foundation of the work that I do. And in the first video, I shared around the first pillar, which is honoring the nervous system. I also shared a meditation on grounded refuge, and if you want to check that out, you can look in the description. I'll share the links to those. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the second pillar, which is cultivating discipline. So discipline is actually tied directly to the nervous system, and there are many ways to work with the nervous system. And one of them is through creating stability in the body and the mind through a routine or a structure. And as I've learned from my teacher, Dr. Kavita Chanayan, when our lifestyle is chaotic, and that could be when we sleep at different times every day or we eat at different times, that can maintain chaos both externally as well as internally. And when we can cultivate a discipline in our lives, it can create a sense of stability and security for the body, the mind, as well as the nervous system. And our nervous system likes structure and predictability, which can help keep it settled and more regulated. So when we think about trauma is essentially, it's unpredictable and it's chaotic. We don't know what's coming, and then something really intense happens, and it kind of can keep the system in a state of chronic chaos, of feeling like we're stuck in the fight, flight, or freeze response. So by cultivating a routine and a discipline, we start to give ourselves that stability and predictability that really we're all craving in some ways. That gives us a sense of like, oh, I know what's happening. I know what's coming next. I know what to predict. And so we all have certain routines that we follow. So it might be brushing your teeth every morning and every evening. It might be that you walk your dog every day, or you have a standing date with a friend every week. So these points of structure or stability in our lives can be very grounding and healing. So as you just reflect on your own life, take stock of where you already have structure and predictability. And I know for me, when I started on a particular lifestyle and discipline, it felt like my life was so chaotic. And in some ways it was. I was eating at different times. I was sleeping at different times. I had different hours of work day to day. My weekends looked different than my weekdays. Yet there were these small things that I always did. I always walked my dog. I always brushed my teeth. I always had some time for reading. So I always meditated. So there were these anchors of routine in my life that I could then build on, because I already had that stability infused in my practice and in my life. So think of the small things that you do every day and or week that provide a sense of predictability and stability. And so one of the best ways to create structure is to create and maintain a daily routine. And so when we go to bed at the same time every night and we wake up at the same time every morning, our body can begin to settle into knowing when it's going to get rest, when it gets up. When we eat at the same time each day, our digestion, not only of our food, but also of our internal and our external experiences that we go through every single day, we can begin to digest them even more strongly, where things don't necessarily get stuck in our system. So meditation or a daily movement practice can also be wonderful disciplines that can add to your lifestyle that also creates another form of groundedness or stability. So as you reflect on where you have discipline, also reflect on what's one thing that you can do that can bring more stability into your life as a way of practicing honoring the nervous system. So in the last video, I talked about finding those moments of connection or ease or peace or contentment. So by actually cultivating a routine, we start to infuse that into our daily lives, and we give ourselves that predictability that I know I'm going to do this thing at this time. I know I'm going to do this other thing at this time, which can help our nervous system settle. As my teacher talks about, she says, when you add a new discipline into your life, try it consistently for 3 months and notice what happens. Do you feel more content? What happens to your mental state? Do you sleep more ease? Does your digestion actually change? Are your menstrual cycles not as painful? And so there can be lots of different things that you might notice as you introduce a new routine into your life. After 3 months, you can assess whether this is a routine that you want to maintain or not, but give it at least that amount of time to see the effects and do it consistently for that 3 months. If you want to learn more about lifestyle recommendations that can support your nervous system, I highly recommend The Heart of Wellness by Dr. Kavita Chennaiyan, which has been hugely transformative in my own life. I've seen it be transformative for clients, for other folks that I get the opportunity to work with and be with. And so it's a really powerful book that will walk you through a structured process to establish a routine that will support your physiology, your mind, your body, your nervous system, your energy, and your heart. And for all new yoga therapy clients, this book is included in your first package because I have found that when people can follow these lifestyle recommendations, the processing of trauma, the shifting of depressive or anxious states, or the ability to essentially move whatever is stuck within the system, it can move with more ease and more fluidity. And so working on balancing the physiology with the natural rhythms of nature helps everything begin to come into balance as well. So if you add a new routine in, you have something that you want to explore through honoring your nervous system through cultivating discipline, post it in the comments. I'd love to hear. And then try it out for 3 months. See what happens, whether it's going to bed at a particular time, waking up at a particular time, or it's incorporating meditation, or it's bringing a movement practice in. Try out whatever kind of discipline feels like it's speaking to you right now, and then see what happens. See what you discover about yourself, what you discover about your nervous system, your own healing journey, by bringing in a simple routine into your life. I'd love to hear. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video that I'll be sharing in a few weeks. Thank you.